Hey, really quick, before we get into this week's episode, we want to let you know that on March 28th from 7 to 9 p.m., we are having a celebration at our studio, the Vintage City offices in Elizabeth. You're more than welcome to come out for some pizza, some New Jersey trivia, and to check out the space. We'd love to meet with you guys. You can RSVP in the episode description. There's a link. Click on it. Make sure you fill it out. But we want to make sure we capture every single person that wants to come to the event. We'll see you there. It's March 28th from 7 to 9 p.m. It's a Thursday night. Come hang out with us. There will be games. There will be some prizes. It's going to be just a New Jersey celebration. We want to see you there.
Also, we want to remind you guys that today, March 8th at 12 noon, we got a merch drop. We got new hats and we got a flag out. So fire.
Yes.
You need to get your hands on it. And it's very limited. So we recommend that you guys get it sooner than later because they might sell out.
Free shipping on all orders. The flag is going to look great on your boat this summer. Can't wait to see it.
Now let's get into this episode of The Garden State.
Hey, this is Jersey. You're listening to The Garden State.
What's up, everybody? You're listening to The Garden State, the only New Jersey podcast that gives you all the news you need to hear this week. My name is Josh Sobo.
My name is Josh Chomick.
And I'm Jordan.
You hear I switched that up in a little bit of that.
You added a what's up, guys.
I did that to pay homage to our first episode. That's what I said.
Oh, cool.
What's up, everybody? You know, just a little welcome. Make people feel a little bit better about being here with us.
Aw, it's really kind of you.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. How's everybody doing this week? Josh, how you doing?
I'm doing amazing, dude. It's finally more daylight. I woke up and it's not pitch black anymore, so that's a good sign.
We got in the studio. What time do we meet at? 6:30 or 7? 7?
Yeah.
7.
6:55, I walked in. It was perfectly bright out. 6:30 when I got in my truck, perfectly bright out.
Oh, it's a good sign. And it was warm today. It wasn't freezing getting in my car.
I'm starting to think, Memorial Day weekend is typically the start of summer. Mm-hmm. Polar plunge is start of spring. That should be
I think so, yeah.
That's our move.
I was hoping for a March blizzard, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen.
I'm okay with committing to warm weather now in Jersey.
I mean, if it was 60 degrees all week and then it randomly drops, we get a blizzard, 2 feet of snow, and then the next day it gets 60 degrees again, would you take that? I would 100% take that. Why not?
That almost makes me sad.
That would just make everything white and beautiful again.
I guess.
And then it'll melt in a week.
I like like a January storm where the snow kind of sits around for a bit and there's no rush for it to
Which this winter, everything melted immediately.
Yeah, but we did get a lot of snow this winter. I mean, that's one of the things we keep talking about every year is just we never get snow, it feels like.
Yeah,
it's
this year was
random.
it was a bunch of small storms adding up.
But that's good. I'm fine with that. I will say I would have liked one, 18-inch.
Oh, yeah. That's a staple. We need at least one 18-inch storm a year, but that hasn't happened in 3 years.
I feel like every winter it happened as a kid.
We kind of cursed the weather doing this podcast because once we started the Garden State podcast, we stopped getting blizzards.
Really?
It's kind of weird. Think about it that way.
You think it's a conspiracy?
It might be.
You think Phil Murphy's listening in and he knows?
Yeah, dude. He's like, oh, these guys love snowstorms. It's not going to happen.
He's like, no more chemtrails.
Turns off the cloud seeders.
These cloud seeders. What's that?
No more cloud seeders.
Dude, I was reading about that the other day. It is, I'm just going to say it.
Well, they do it in Dubai, right?
Yeah, it's weird. It's weird because you can't even say it to somebody without them being like, that's made up. You're lying.
They actually proved it, right?
No, it's just accepted. It's real technology. But if you say it to somebody, it sounds like you're a conspiracy theorist.
Of course, yeah. But they're not doing it in the States.
I don't know.
What exactly is it though?
There's a chemical. They put it into it's called cloud seeding. So they make it rain and snow whenever they want.
So cloud seeding is a type of weather modification that aims to change the amount or type of precipitation that falls from clouds by dispersing substances into the air that serve as cloud condensation or ice nuclei. So
I haven't read too much into it. I don't know how much they can actually control. Can they make a full-on blizzard if they wanted to? Is it that easy?
Listen, man, at this point in time, nothing surprises me. But here's the part about it that's weird is it's just like when jets fly across the sky and they shoot
the chemtrails.
The chemtrails that everybody, we used to make fun of the conspiracy theorists because I don't think that's what that is when you see that in the sky. I don't think they're cloud seeding, but you never know. How do we know?
Clearing up the air, yeah. We don't.
I
believe
can't
in
differentiate.
Chemtrails. Well, Josh does. Jordan does.
What? Jordan's a big chemtrail guy. But no, cloud seeding is a real thing. I wonder if it's done in the States at all.
It's definitely not done in the States.
Wait, eight states that are seeding clouds to overcome mega drought. This is 2021. Are you kidding me? It does. It happens in America.
You picked up a random article. How do we know this is true?
Okay, but
real?
But my point is,
what states?
Probably Midwest states.
Yeah, where all the farms are.
Or like California.
it doesn't.
But nonetheless, they can't complete. If there's a drought, they can't just be like, all right, we're gonna have it rain this much, so there's no drought. No, that's impossible.
So you don't think that if they meet the pressure system at the right point off the coast,
I don't.
You don't think that if they seed enough, they could potentially drum up some rain, like effect rain?
My dad is always telling me he's shocked that we're in 2024 and they can't throw something into a hurricane or a tornado yet to abolish it.
Well, I mean,
He's like, why can't we throw just some giant, over the ocean when a hurricane is a category 5? Why can't we just throw a giant, just bomb or something to just kill it? Why doesn't that work?
It's the weather patterns are so crazy.
I was like, maybe just weather's just that much stronger. We can't actually stop it.
So there's a CNBC article talking about how in Texas they cloud seed for farmers during drought seasons to keep the crops.
Does it say how much rain it actually adds?
Generally yields a 5 to 15% increase in precipitation.
That's so interesting,
dude. But you say that someone said that to me recently. Oh yeah, the cloud seeding, and I was like, I thought that was a sci-fi thing, but it's just real.
Yeah, you seed cloud, bro.
So, but here's the thing: is how do we know? Okay, this is I'm just gonna go down a rabbit hole here.
Well, they're not doing it in Jersey because we don't need it.
Yeah, but weather patterns don't begin in New Jersey, dude. You know this better than anyone.
Well, yeah, look at a
storm begins where? Off the coast of the Gulf of Mexico,
Well, it comes from everywhere, but
they just keep going and then just keep moving until they phase out.
That's how the atmosphere works.
Yeah, but so my point is, you don't cloud seed by state. If a storm begins, a storm begins. Now, I don't know if
storm is if it's off the ocean, bro. It's just using all the water, being over the water, bro.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is if you cloud seed in Texas, the butterfly effect idea, where it's a small butterfly flap in Japan could make a storm elsewhere. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what I heard in high school. So my point is, could they be cloud seeding crops in Texas and a storm whips up and we get a big rainstorm in Jersey as a result? Or does cloud seeding not have that big of an impact?
Even if they cloud seed in Texas, I don't know how far it's carrying over. Is it done in Texas or does it keep on going to Jersey? It's a topic that you really have to dig deep into, which, I don't think it's necessary.
I will say, Josh, who's paying you, bro?
They're 100% not in Jersey. It's the dumbest thing. It's such a...
Were you on the phone with the federal government this morning?
I think it's really cool, but come on. It's not happening in Jersey.
No, but it could be happening in Texas.
I want to see the machine that shoots the chemicals into the cloud.
It's a plane.
Oh, so they just fly over?
It's a plane and it's out of the wings. There's these
chemtrails.
Look it up.
It's a chemtrail. It's an actual chemtrail.
What I was saying is when you see I don't know what planes are releasing. I guess it's some sort of pressure. I don't know. But when you see that, that's exactly what it looks like, cloud seeding. They just drop a line and then slowly it forms.
Everyone look into cloud seeding this week and get back to us with the information you get.
If you are a cloud seeder, you fly a jet around and you just...
They sign an agreement. They're not allowed to say, Josh. NDA.
I think so here's my point. I don't know how we've gotten into this. This is a great opening, though. I appreciate this. I think the thing about it is, it should be in some ways illegal to control weather. Weather seems like it's almost like how when you're in the middle of the ocean, that's, how a captain of a ship in the middle of the ocean can marry somebody?
Yeah.
Because it's international waters,
right?
True. You can't play with that. You shouldn't be allowed to mess with the weather. That seems like it's...
But that's the thing. It's these people, they might cloud seed, they might mess with the weather, but they can't control the weather. They can't control a storm. A hurricane, a category 5. No one's figured out how to turn off a hurricane yet. No one's figured out how to turn off a tornado yet that's going to destroy a community. That's the thing. It's we don't have that power, which we will never have that power. We might be able to cloud seed, add 5% to the rainfall totals, but you're not controlling a storm.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah, you never know.
What do you mean you never know? No, it's impossible.
I think you're right. On paper, you're absolutely right.
I am right.
But I also
Off paper too.
am skeptical. I don't think there's anyone that can just drum up a hurricane and be like,
That'd be so cool.
Let's flip the switch. Let's give them we need to sell emergency supplies.
Yeah, right.
Let's get can you imagine? Like that's like there's a kid in the back of your Spanish class in high school. It's like, bro, you don't know the man's after you at all times.
Yeah, yeah.
We all had a kid like that in our class. I feel like maybe that was just me.
Was it you?
Maybe it was.
Yeah, definitely. Josh is the crazy kid people
I
are
was in
talking
the back
about.
corner like, bro, you have no idea. They're cloud seeding right now. But I will say, controlling the weather could almost be like an act of war. That's why I think it's interesting.
Scary.
Like imagine one of your enemies, you just want to drop a hurricane on them. Like you could throw them out of, is it possible? I don't think so, but you never know, man.
Because they do the
Not possible.
opposite, though, where they cause a drought instead of causing rain.
Yeah.
No?
You just get a big light bulb.
And it just dries everything up.
I don't know. This is not related to Jersey, but the snowstorms were good this
Yeah,
year.
we're not getting any more snow, so that's a good
Unless we-
thing, right? For some people. Some people are mad about it, like me, but
Unless we
whatever.
cloud seed,
You're not going to control the temperature. That's a whole other argument.
Man. Okay.
If only.
So, how was your guys' weekend? It was really the weekend. We're getting nice weather here.
Dude, this weekend was
was
like
rainy.
cold, and then it was 60 degrees it was 65 degrees on Sunday.
It was
Yeah.
rainy on Saturday.
Yeah, but we need the rain.
Do we?
We
I feel like
do.
it's been raining a lot.
Bro, look, yesterday we got like an inch and a half of rain. Ridiculous. It has been raining a lot, it feels like. And, but like, the old saying, April showers bring May flowers.
I thought you were going to say the old
Even
saying.
though we're in March, but same idea, right?
I thought you were going to say the old saying, turn on the cloud seeders.
Turn on the cloud seeders, baby.
No, I thought the same thing yesterday. April showers bring May flowers. But I feel like the last few years, it's been March showers.
Yeah.
Every-
It should be March blizzards and then April showers.
Yeah.
But, we're not in that time anymore.
But what gives me hope is that everything's about to be very green in the Garden State. We're about to see the trees along the parkway green again.
Yes.
It's always a telltale sign of where we're at. You drive on the parkway, you look at the trees, they start to look a little, you start to see the little buds pop up. And you're like, all right, we're getting
It
somewhere.
smells good. And also, you wake up early in the morning. My favorite is for this podcast. Like, we're leaving the house at like 6 a.m. You hear the birds chirping.
Yeah.
Do you still hear them?
I heard the other day.
Yes.
You know
'Cause
that
there's-
sound.
Yeah, there's so many people talking about how they don't hear birds anymore. And I was thinking about it the other day. I'm
No,
like,
because it's
I
winter
don't
time.
really
when
either.
it gets warmer, you hear more birds.
No, but it's been like a thing for a while where people are like,
dude, I wouldn't know.
there's one specific bird. I don't know. I think it's a mourning dove or something.
This is the sound. Okay, I heard this the other morning. I think it is the mourning dove. It was the exact sound you hear on TikTok.
Yeah.
I heard it while in my bathroom it was like probably 6:10 in the morning, and I heard this out the window.
See, there is hope. It's
listen.
still out there.
I heard that.
It's around. Is that the mourning dove?
I think so. That's the sound that everybody's searching for, though, where they
Someone
heard it
said-
when they were a kid, but they don't hear it anymore.
Oh my gosh. People are probably making conspiracy theories about that.
Someone said morning doves. I thought they were owls. So that's
Wait, isn't that an owl? Actually thinking about it?
No, it's a mourning dove, and it's not mourning like good morning. It's mourning like crying. A mourning dove.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But that's that sound. I heard it the other morning too. I was like, wait a second, we're back.
It's time.
They're
It's
back.
back. Yeah,
Jersey's back.
Sunday was 65 and it was an absolute wreck outside because everyone went outside.
Yeah, but I saw this meme that was like, you think you don't have seasonal depression until one warm day comes out and you feel like you're on like a party drug. Basically, like I'm so happy.
Oh, it's I breathe it. I take a nice big breath
Yeah. I mean,
out there and it's just like, wow.
the happiness level
I was thinking about that.
skyrockets on a
Crazy.
65-degree day. But also, it's funny how temperature is so subjective. Where in this, in the middle of winter, you get a 65-degree day and you're sweating nonstop. Like if you're I'm in a hoodie and I'm driving with my windows down, I'm like, wow, it's warm out. And then in the middle of summer, 65-degree day, you're like, oh, it's a little bit of a chill in the air.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's so funny
Yeah,
how your
'cause you're so
brain just
used to it.
adapts. But I'm excited for summer. We have to make some summer Garden State plans. Something fun.
Yeah, dude, I want to go on a charter boat. So I'm waiting for some listener to hook it up.
If you have a charter boat, take us out. We'll go
That's
catch
already-
some stripers.
I'm away all summer, but I'll try to hang out with you guys a day or two.
Nice. Jordan, anything you want to throw in before we get into a mailbag?
No.
I hung out with Jordan, but I mean,
Oh, we should have talked about that.
I saw you guys hanging out. What'd you guys do? You
Nothing.
were in Jordan's
None of your
kitchen.
business.
Yeah, for the first time in my life, I got an invite from Jordan to go to his house. And whenever you get an invite to go to Jordan's house, you don't know what to expect. It's like, why is this kid texting me right now? I've never been to Jordan's house. And I learned that Jordan has a gecko by the name of Liz.
Yeah, very
and
creative
now
name.
my Explore page and For You page is all bearded dragons and lizards.
Really? That happened?
Yeah.
Did you look something up though?
Well, my cousin used to have a bearded dragon when I was younger, so a video popped up last week. I started getting it, and then I went to Jordan's house, saw the gecko. Now I'm getting gecko videos, and like it's just all lizards. It used to be like baby dogs and stuff. Now it's all like lizards and bearded dragons.
So you're thinking about getting one now?
One day, it's just too much work. I don't want to.
Not at all.
I have to go to the pet store and get crickets and all that, dude.
You do it like very rarely. They're like the easiest pets.
I know. It's just like I don't want another. I used to have a bird and I gave it to my grandma. It's just like I don't want to clean a cage and all that. You know what I mean?
How old is that lizard, Jordan?
Like probably 18 years old.
He says it lives up to 30.
I think it's like 30 years they live.
You think it's in depression?
That's what I
yeah.
said.
It's just been
I don't
in
think
that-
it's ever been happy.
It's been in a box for 18 years.
Yeah, dude. That's what I said. It's just sitting there. He looks so sad and
Well,
miserable.
like, what do I do with it? I can't release him.
I wanted to play with him, but Jordan's like, we can't take him out. He's going to bite you.
I mean, we could, but
You know what you could
he
do?
bites.
You could put him in a box, poke holes in it, and mail him to just like an animal sanctuary somewhere, like in Florida. Do you think they what are they not going to kill him? They're just going to open it and be like,
I don't know.
release him.
But Jordan probably has an emotional connection to it. Like, he doesn't want
do
to
a
get
little
rid
bit.
of his lizard.
You
Yeah.
talk to it?
I talked to it a little bit.
You wake up in the morning, you're like, good morning, Liz.
It, we're saying, is it a male or a female?
It's a male.
I didn't know
Named
that.
Liz.
Yeah.
Why did you
It's short for lizard.
Oh, wow. Yeah, man. That's,
Liz?
But the thing, so you named your lizard.
Yeah.
Was a gecko a lizard?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I think so.
Every gecko is a lizard, but not every lizard's a gecko.
Yeah.
Does its tail fall off?
Well, I actually had two at one point, and the other one bit his tail off, or something like that. Like it was great. They got into a fight or something.
Jordan's is not that cute.
Chomped down.
For the record. You think of the green lizard, the green gecko from the commercial? Jordan's is. I'm sorry, Jordan. Yours is not cute like that. Why isn't yours green?
I would like a green
It's
gecko.
a leopard gecko.
Oh, so it's not green.
No,
It's awesome.
You know,
He
I'd
looks
like
like a leopard.
I want a chameleon.
I was just looking at one the other day.
How much are they?
It wasn't even that bad. It was like $120, I want to say, but it was like it was
Oh.
big. It was big.
And it actually changes colors.
Yeah,
Like I want a legit chameleon that just like
go to PetSmart in Watchung. They had one. It was pretty big.
is big.
It was big. I was like,
Doesn't that mean they're
I was
old
sitting
already?
there-
Don't you want to get like a baby? So you train
I
it?
don't know. I feel like they live a long time too, though. But I was looking at it. I was like seriously considering it because they're so cool.
What do you have to feed a chameleon to keep it alive?
I don't even know.
I
don't
would
know if
guess
it's-
like crickets.
yeah, I don't know if
again,
it's crickets also.
and mealworms and the same things like every other lizard eats. But they're so cool. I feel like if you train them from like very young, you could like take them out of the cage. They'll climb up on you and like just hang out with
they're
you.
super.
You just don't want to
docile,
bring it
seems like.
outside.
Why not?
It's gonna climb up a tree and you'll never see it again.
They're so slow though.
Oh, are they?
I'm pretty sure they're like. I've never seen one move.
I'm thinking about
fast.
like an actual lizard. They crawl fast.
They move like this.
Yeah, where they're just like slowly, just like grabbing
True.
them.
There's a few big like TikTokers like I've seen like playing with their like pet chameleons and stuff. So cool.
Do they frequently change color, or is that rare? Because in the
think it's
movies they make
fairly-
It's the mood, right? Or the weather?
I don't know how fast they.
Or if
could
they feel
change.
threatened.
yeah. So you just like
My brother had one at one point.
make a fist.
He had
in
a
it.
little baby one.
What happened to it?
It died, even though he was
What?
taking really good care of it. Like he was crazy about it.
You're covering for your brother. Right
No.
now. He killed a chameleon.
You know my brother, my older brother.
Yeah.
He was like crazy about it, like taking care of this thing, and it somehow died.
That's so sad.
Yeah.
I mean, for the studio, like if we fed it once a week, right? We could just leave it here.
I don't know how
Imagine.
often you have to feed
Wait
them.
a second. That's a great.
Studio pet.
What if we got a chameleon right over there?
It's just sad because it's like we're not here every day. So like, what is he gonna do on those? He's gonna be so lonely.
Well, are they affectionate animals, lizards? They're kind of
I feel like
soulless.
chameleons are, because I feel like every chameleon I've ever seen, like people have it like crawling all over them, and they're like doing stuff with it. Probably not other ones, but
a fish tank. A fish tank will work. You don't need a.
That'd be cool.
You don't need to take care of a fish.
yeah, you do.
Well, that leads us into this episode's sponsor.
Oh,
which is
PetSmart.
No, I'm kidding. But I would like a studio. We should get a studio fish then.
Yeah, I think a fish tank would be really nice.
You know, we could get some close local Jersey fish types.
We name our fish after New Jersey towns.
Yeah, I like that.
Randolph.
Randy.
Randy.
That's amazing. All right, hey, we got a call this week in the mailbag. Josh, what's the number? I know the listeners definitely don't have this memorized. What is the number people can call if they'd like to call into our mailbag?
If you would like to call into the mailbag, all you got to do is dial these digits, or you can text it too. But the number is
908 67 99 99 3.
Hey guys, this is Kay from Long Branch. I just heard the podcast and you mentioned the Buc-ee's. First of all, I'm a first time, long time, never call in, even though I always have things to say, but you brought up Buc-ee's, so now you're making me have to call you. Buc-ee's will shut down Wawa. Buc-ee's will shut down Quick Check. Buc-ee's is amazing. And Buc-ee's a beaver, guys. I don't know why you didn't notice that, but Buc-ee's a beaver. He's the cutest beaver. Buc-ee nuggets are delicious. The brisket is always fresh and fabulous. The fudge is fantastic. There's merch in there for days. Every time I go to Texas, I always come home with a bunch of Buc-ee's merch. Nothing would make me happier than to get a sweatshirt with Buc-ee's cute little face on it and the Garden State, its silhouette in the background. That would be amazing.
Whoa.
Thanks for sharing that story. Out of all the stories you shared and the whole time that I've been listening, this has to be my favorite one. Have a good one, guys.
Wow.
Thank you, Kay.
Wow. There's
Buc-ee Nuggets.
I just reverse searched her phone number. She's calling from Buc-ee's corporate.
Oh, she's
Imagine.
a plug.
She's just a plant. Like Buc-ee's is the best. No, I like the Buc-ee's hype. I'm excited for the hype.
Did we say it wasn't a beaver?
I feel like you guys called it a Buc-ee or something like that.
We called it something else. I think Jimmy said it was. Jimmy said it was a.
Sure.
Did Jimmy say it was like a squirrel or something?
I don't remember, but that's funny.
It's definitely.
Do you think Jimmy has Wi-Fi right now? I can give him a call and
He
ask.
texted me this morning. He's like, I wish I was on the podcast today.
All right, let's give Jimmy a call and ask him what the deal with.
Jimmy's in Mexico, so he said he was only speaking Spanish this entire week. So let's see
He
if he
speaks
answers.
Spanish?
Apparently.
Jimbo Parks, how you doing?
Hello?
Hey, Jimmy, I could hear you. Question for you. What kind of an animal is Buc-ee from Buc-ee's?
He's a beaver.
Yeah.
Is that what she said?
Yeah,
Jimmy,
he
we
is a
felt like
beaver.
you said something different a few weeks ago on the podcast.
Well, but he's definitely a beaver because they have beaver chips.
Okay, just making sure. Hey, how's Mexico?
I thought you were only speaking Spanish.
Hola, ¿cómo está?
There you go.
We're gonna get some hate for that one.
It's beautiful here. It is like 82 degrees. I just watched the sunrise on the beach. Just had an omelet for breakfast. However, the orange juice here is kind of special.
That's because it's actual orange juice. It's oranges squeezed, and it's not just pulp concentrate with a cup of sugar.
I don't know. It's a completely different taste that I've never tasted before. And I don't think it's almost tastes like it's mixed with something else. And it also seems kind of watered down. But other than that,
Then maybe it's a powder. Well, Jimmy, great to hear from you. Kind of annoyed you're in Mexico right now. What part of Mexico are you in?
Cancun.
Classic.
Classic. Yeah. All right. Well, enjoy yourself.
You guys have a great day. I'll talk to you later.
All right, Jimmy. Bye.
So yeah, Buc-ee is a beaver.
Yeah.
I don't know what we said a few
Have you
weeks
guys
ago.
ever had the beaver nuggets though?
No.
Buc-ee Nuggets?
No, the beaver nuggets.
She said it was called Buc-ee Nuggets.
They're beaver nuggets.
She just said Buc-ee Nuggets. You said
I'm saying she's wrong. I'm saying
Can-
it right
can we
now.
get a confirmation?
They're beaver nuggets.
Buc-ee's Beaver Nuggets.
Okay.
I like the name
I guess it
Buc-ee
has
Nuggets
both names
better
in
though.
it.
It's such a cooler name.
Buc-ee's beaver nuggets.
So what's a beaver nugget, Jordan?
I honestly don't even know what it is. It kind of tastes like, have you ever had corn pops?
Yes.
It kind of has like a similar,
Oh, I thought these were chicken
Flavor.
nuggets.
no.
Oh.
So all the Buc-ee's hype, we still don't have clarity. There was a sign on Turnpike saying for Buc-ee's turn around 561 miles and head south. And we thought that was a tease.
I think it still is a tease. Like, I don't think we get a Buc-ee's.
You know, it could be a tease. It could be them playing at expanding into the Northeast.
The biggest concern from the story that we got from listeners was like, how are they going to hire 50 plus gas station attendants? Because they have over 120 pumps, right? And in other states, people pump their own gas.
Yes.
So in Jersey, just like you got to think how many people they got to hire just for the pumps alone. And that's what everyone was saying about it.
It is a good question because that was my main concern too. Is the Buc-ee's model works in a state where you don't have to pay gas attendants?
Wait, but do you
Yeah.
think Buc-ee's has enough power to lobby the government to get that changed?
I don't think
No,
so.
absolutely not.
Because if ExxonMobil doesn't have enough power, you know what I mean?
But we're dealing with Buc-ee's here.
That's a good point.
It's a different game.
Exxon, no.
If Exxon, Shell, and whoever else haven't been able to do it, although maybe to them it's like, who cares? You know?
They want the attendance.
Probably.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe they just don't care because they have so much money. But Buc-ee's seems to have a lot of money too.
They definitely do. Wait, do you think she's right, though, that it would take out Wawa and Quick Check?
No, I don't think so.
Because like Buc-ee's is so large, it'll be taking over. It might take over some in areas, but there's so many Wawas and Quick Checks in areas where it's like smaller and like you're not gonna have a Buc-ee's every like 5 miles like they have a Wawa or a Quick Check, so they'll still be here. I don't think they'll die, but
Well, the beauty of a Quick Check or a Wawa is there are more utility locations than destinations to
Yep.
me. Like a Wawa's a utility spot. I'm getting gas. I'm going to get a coffee real quick. Maybe I'll get a snack of some candy bar or something. Same with a Quick Check. And sometimes for lunch, you'll grab like a hoagie or whatever. But Buc-ee's, as Jimmy made the point last week, it's a destination where people go there. You know, one comment was kind of funny. I've never been to Buc-ee's. They were like, it's basically a Wawa attached to a Home Goods.
Yeah. That's a pretty good way of...
And they were like, she was not happy. She was like, I don't get the hype. It's just a Wawa attached to a Home Goods. Don't get excited for this. And I was like, wow, that's so negative. Like, but I don't think it would, to answer your question, I don't think it would impact. I think it's different markets.
that's why I think we should have them all. Why not? I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, I mean,
I drive down 30 minutes down part of the turnpike to go to a Buc-ee's. you
Oh,
know?
for sure.
Just to hang with the fellas. That'd be great.
Just to walk around,
yeah.
get some beaver nuggets.
How many are in the country?
how many Buc-ee's locations? 48 in the United States as of January 24.
Ooh.
There's only 48?
But it's crazy. Like, if you go down south, it's like a religion down there. Like, if you mention Buc-ee's...
Everyone loves Buc-ee's.
Or if you say you haven't been there, or just, like, people freak out.
So, is it just like a unique experience? Like it's just unique. You go in, you're like, I've never
Yeah.
been to something like this before.
Yeah, because it's just a convenience store, just, like, on steroids. And like the lady said, it is kind of like with a Home Goods attached to it. Like, you've never seen that many gas pumps in your life. And they just have everything that you could
I would just walk
think
around the
of.
gas pumps and be like, this is so cool.
Interesting.
And it's cheap.
One day.
We'll have to see. I want to reach out to Buc-ee's corporate this week. See if
Yeah, we
could,
need the intel.
You know, if they are thinking about coming to Jersey, there is a group of people that could help. You know, show them around town.
That'd be great.
Yeah. So thank you though to that listener for calling in. Yeah, if you want to call in the mailbag, the number's 908-67-99-99-3. Call us with any questions, comments, concerns you have, or even a New Jersey tip.
That'd be awesome. We love those.
I love when people give us a little tip, and it's like, oh, I didn't know that happened.
The best calls.
Yeah. All right, let's dive into some news here. We've belabored? Is that a word?
That's a big word.
We've belabored the point, is what I was going to say. Is that a word, Jordan?
I've never heard that before.
Can you Google it?
Belabored. Yeah. We've argued or elaborated in excessive detail.
I think that's fair to say.
We've belabored the point. Let's move into the news. Oh, yeah. Guys, this is getting good. We got some good news this week. It's not all death and destruction in Jersey this week.
Yes.
And Chomik has been very negative, so this is going to be a good one. New Jersey's Department of Transit plans to patch over 100,000 potholes this year.
They're trying to break a record.
They're getting after it.
Let's fix them all.
Well,
Let's get rid of all the potholes in the state.
100,000 is enough to fix like one township, I feel like.
Didn't they say they already fixed like 30,000 already this year?
No. They've already filled 93,000 this year, which is why I said over 100,000. They're going to keep going.
Oh, 100%. That's so easy. Especially now that winter's done. That's why they're really starting to go hardcore now. Because the plows are done plowing. So now they can actually start fixing the roads.
Yes. New Jersey Department of Transportation crews will be out in full force to start plugging potholes on state roads. According to New Jersey Department of Transportation, over 93,000 potholes have already been filled. Crews patch as many as 162,000 potholes each year on state roads. The NJDOT expects to fill more potholes this year than next year. So
more than 2025. They're like, we're going to get all the big ones done this year.
Yeah.
So next year's better.
So crews work, this is what the commissioner, Fran O'Connor, said in a news release. NJDOT crews work year-round to repair potholes and keep our highways in good condition. But at this time of year, it becomes a primary focus. Over the next couple months, our priority will be repairing the most significant potholes from this winter. The commissioner described the efforts as aggressive and warned crews will be allowed to close travel lanes when necessary during daytime hours. In general, the work will be done between 9 a.m. and 3 p.m. outside of peak travel times, but that will not always be the case.
So not like rush hour. So like right when the rush hour ends and right before it begins.
That makes sense, yeah. That's actually a good point.
Don't they do these like overnight? Like, why wouldn't they just fix them overnight to avoid all traffic?
Maybe the cost, paying overtime.
I feel like a lot of construction is done overnight, but maybe that's just for bigger projects. It's interesting.
Yeah, it is kind of weird.
Are there specific crews just the pothole crew?
Dude, I don't know, but you just gave me an awesome hoodie idea.
Pothole crew.
Garden State pothole. Wait a second.
Repair crew team.
Wait, that's a good concept. You just thought of it.
Just fix potholes.
I'm gonna message our designer and say, "Hey, I need a."
Can we mix that in with the Lanternfly Extermination Club?
Yeah, I'm gonna make pothole repair crew, like classic mechanic shop looking shirt.
Because we always have potholes in the Garden State, and it's time to repair them,
dude.
Someone's got to do it.
I don't know how you came up with that right there.
I'm just asking. I just asked a question.
I think so. I think I don't know offhand, but I'd imagine NJDOT probably has crews of people dedicated to different tasks, and there's probably a team of people that are like the pothole wrecking crew.
The pothole wrecking crew. Like I'd want to be that guy.
They just show up and wreck potholes.
I drove into a really deep pothole this past week, and thankfully I have a Jeep because like I've had a Jeep for over 13 years. So like I hit a pothole, it's big. I'm like, oh, whatever, I'll be fine. But like for cars, bro,
yeah, like
I feel for some cars on the road, man. Like you got to really watch out where you're driving in Jersey because there's potholes everywhere.
There's one on the way here where they just had a cone sitting in the middle of the road. You just have to drive around it because the pothole was so big.
See that everywhere. Tail has all his time.
I know this is an obvious thought, but how can we not figure out a way to make pavement better where potholes don't pop up?
Well, like we do have, you got to think of all the salt we use in the wintertime. That stuff just corrodes the pavement.
Yeah.
And then you have plows running over it, just beating up the ground. And also the amount of traffic we have too. There's cars constantly on the roads. Like, is there an actual solution?
Well, I mean, not to give like a cringy 16-year-old point, but if you look at the road, like there's roads in Rome made of cobblestone that are still perfect.
Let's go back to cobblestone.
Well, I'm not saying cobblestone's the wave, but in the last 2,000 years, this is where we're at. I mean, come on. I feel like if it was really of value, if we really made it a priority to go, let's figure out the roads as a culture. You know, the way Elon Musk right now, right? There's like a race to figure out EVs.
Yeah.
If it became like that, we could probably figure it out.
I don't know. The smartest people in the world have not figured it out yet. Maybe this is the best solution.
How do you know that?
Because it would have been fixed by now. It would have been fixed by now. It's 2024.
Yeah, but the smartest people in the world are like, they're not going pavements where I'm making my money. They're like, I'm going to go work for NASA. I'm going to go work for
But you know there is that one
rockets.
There's that one smart guy thinking about it.
Yeah.
And I feel like he would have done something already if he figured it out.
But my point is, so one smart guy,
yeah,
Henry Ford, makes the Model T.
Yeah.
Bunch of smart guys come together, and you got some market competition going, you know?
Yes.
The good old classic free market starts moving around. And,
Yes.
and what happens is you end up getting a Tesla.
Yeah.
But it seems like, you know, things, I don't know anything about the pavement business. Maybe there are people. Pavement.
Would you
There's
go
gotta
back?
be some people. Have you ever seen like the smart roads that they
Which ones are those?
where it's like an electronic
Oh my
road
gosh.
and it could charge your car and stuff while you're driving?
While you're driving.
Yeah.
Is that happening anywhere?
I doubt it, but it's just like a concept.
Yeah.
But I'm like,
But
somebody's thinking about
would
it.
that just be blacktop and then the smart
Honestly,
stuff is
I have
underneath?
no idea, 'cause
That's
they have, like-
interesting. I feel like it'd be stuff underneath.
They have
the
things where
blacktop.
they could show like graphics on the road. So I'm like, I don't know if there's like screens built in or if the whole thing is like,
That's got to be expensive.
yeah.
So I'm on asphaltmagazine.com right now,
Cool.
which I cannot believe that's a website. And it does seem like people are really into asphalt. Like there's a lot of dudes thinking about
Yeah, there's got to
this.
be somebody like
There's definitely a whole
people
team
are
of
obsessed
dudes.
about like random things. So there's got to be people obsessed about roads.
This article is the advancement of asphalt pavements over the last 50 years. So things are changing. They're getting better. And maybe it'll continue to get better.
I mean, like I think blacktop and the way our roads are paved, I think it's great.
I think
it
the
works.
good-
I think there's not potholes everywhere, guys.
but I think the good
It's-
thing is that it's easy to
It's gonna
fix.
happen. Exactly. You just patch it
So
up.
that's why it's like you could easily just tear it up and
And look, it's only the
Redo
beginning
it.
of March. We have 93,000 potholes fixed already. These guys are on a roll. I just want to give a shout out to the DOT. Like that's impressive,
I want to know how they're counting.
right? It's like every day. How much did you guys fix today?
76.
Everyone's just marking how many holes. They're in a race, actually. It's for incentives.
That'd be pretty cool.
You fix 50,000 potholes a year, you get like a raise.
Listen, I like that idea. But I think you're right. It is easy to patch a pothole. Although normally they patch them and then it sinks back down and you have to do it again.
Yeah.
I feel like. But call me a dreamer, guys. Call me a dreamer. I just see a world where potholes don't exist anymore.
well, if you go to other states, they're using concrete. I don't know if you've ever seen that, like newer
Yes.
roads.
Yep.
Well,
I don't know if that's better or if it's just better for other
that's in
states where they don't have.
warmer climates. You can't do that with snow.
Okay.
Yeah.
They'll
Although-
destroy it.
Although concrete roads do look kind of nice.
They
I would
do.
love for an artist to just render your world, your dream world. Cobblestone streets, double decker parkway. Like Josh's dream world is scary. man.
You know that meme? You know that meme where it's
Sounds
like
beautiful.
society if, and then it says something super inconsequential.
Yeah.
Like society if McDonald's kept McChickens at $1 a sandwich, and it's
Yeah.
like beautiful. That's what I envision, guys. I envision a New Jersey. You know, I keep seeing videos from like Japan. We are falling apart as a nation, guys. We do not. When you look at these cities from other, other major metro areas,
Yeah.
they look great. They're beautiful. They're clean. There's no crime. Like
Well, Japan's like unfair to compare to because I feel like they're just better than everyone. If you
Yeah,
compare
but-
it to like other major countries, though, I feel like
Yeah,
we're not
Tokyo's
that bad.
Tokyo's the nicest city I've ever been to.
That's just like an outlier. Where
yeah,
it's
but
like,
so clean.
My point is like if we're gonna have a little bit of pride as Jerseyans and as Americans to go, hey, we're the best. You know, that's always been the thing. Like, hey, number one, back-to-back World War champions. You know, like all the memes. Then you kind of got to back it up with some like, I don't want roads full of potholes. Like, let's figure this thing out. We pay enough in taxes. I mean, my goodness, we're paying money out the wazoo for ridiculousness. So I just dream of a world, guys. I have a dream where there's no
Right.
potholes.
I want Josh to run for some sort of government position. That'd be so
No,
fun.
it would. You know what the
Bro,
thing would be?
I would help you make the coolest campaign videos. Like I would have your back, bro.
It's fun criticizing from afar and having no responsibility to fix anything.
Yes.
That's the issue.
That's why we have a podcast.
That's why a podcast is ridiculous. You could just point the finger at everything wrong with the world and
Yeah.
never have to fix it. You just point it out. Because issues are easy to find. Solutions are hard, right?
Ooh, that's a good quote right there, bro.
That'd be on my my first ad. In New Jersey, we know issues are easy. I just make
You sound
some
like Tucker
garbage.
Carlson now. Say that in Tucker's voice.
Speaking of Tucker,
Issues.
Speaking of Tucker, I want to start doing an opening monologue like all those news hosts would do, like Tucker and all the Jon Stewart and all those people.
So great.
Like an opening monologue where we just rip apart something.
What would your opening monologue be for this story in Tucker's voice?
The state of New Jersey spent $300 million last year on public education costs, but only $3 million on potholes.
You gotta make it every sentence he says, he makes it sound like a question though. You gotta end it like,
Is it possible that Phil Murphy is using money for vacations in Italy? Possibly. How would we know? There's no one in the state looking into this. That's like,
It's amazing, actually.
everything is a question. With
everything's a question. Yeah, no, but that's like Jon Stewart, all those guys, like all the late night hosts, a lot of those like the personality news people. I don't know who would be like who from CNN would do an opening monologue.
I don't know, like Jake Tapper.
Did he do?
I don't know. Don Lemon,
maybe. I don't know. Yeah, but I think Tucker, the reason he comes to mind is his like monologues would always go viral.
I can picture all our stories like on TikTok and Instagram starting like that.
Well, we had a lobbyist in our DMs coming after us hardcore every time we'd criticize certain politicians.
Love it.
And he was just like, "Are you guys who's paying you guys?" And I just kind of linked him. I'm like, "Dude,
he just assumes that everybody's getting paid."
Yeah, he's literally a lobbyist. Like, every time we criticize the wind farm, he'd get mad at us. And
I love that.
I wanted to do.
I love that for us.
Yeah, he's like, "Do you guys accept money from lobbyists?" And we're like, "No."
I mean, like if he wants to pay us.
But I wanted to do an opening monologue to rip him apart because we had one story where we talked about, I think it was something related to Tammy Murphy. We said something about her campaign. He got so mad. He was like, you guys really enjoy reporting the news 2 weeks late, huh? And I wanted to do an opening monologue to be like, why are, like Tucker Carlson style, why are lobbyists annoyed at the Garden State podcast? But there's, New Jersey politics, man. There's corruption all under every rock.
It's wild. And there's a lot of rocks. So
there's a lot of rocks. All right, let's move on to a different story. This is okay. I say this every week.
This is heavy.
I say this every week, but this is one of my favorite stories we've ever done. Police are on the hunt for a man in New Jersey after he dunked his head in a jug of pickles.
And then the store had to throw the entire barrel away.
Well,
because he contaminated
He contaminated the pickles.
You can't put your head in a pickle barrel.
But what prompts someone to put their head in a jar of pickles? Here's the thing. I don't want to...
They think it's a stunt.
I don't want to get this guy locked up, okay? See,
it's a kid.
Yeah, he's a kid. I don't want to get him locked up. Pickle Pete's we're going to call him. Free Pickle Pete. If he gets locked up, we're making T-shirts.
They said he had he was filming it with his phone. Do you think he was just trying to go viral?
Yeah.
And also they said it could be like a fraternity thing because Rowan's nearby.
How small is his head? Or how big is the jar?
You ever go to a real pickle?
It's a barrel.
It's like a barrel?
Yes.
Well, they say in the article but have you been to a real pickle shop?
Yeah.
They have like the big tubs.
Yeah, where you just take it out yourself.
Yeah.
I was thinking of like a pickle jar, though.
It says a bizarre incident at a South Jersey convenience store has gotten one man in a pickle with police. Police in Glassboro say a man who was not identified walked into Heritage's convenience store and dunked his head in a large bin of pickles. They say the entire bin of pickles had to be removed from being sold.
No.
Authorities say the man recorded the incident on his cell phone and was apparently doing it for likes. Sometimes there are no appropriate words for the actions one takes, police wrote on a Facebook post. I love that. I love we live in a world where the police have Facebook pages.
It's amazing.
Like, who's the cop in the office like, all right, let's get this out right now. Sometimes there are no appropriate words. Like, that's such a deep way to open a statement about a guy.
Dude, this is deep, bro. They just ruined a whole bin of pickles.
Funny. Police posted about the incident on social media on Tuesday, asking for the public for help identifying the man. The post on Facebook racked up hundreds of comments and shares. Police shared an update today that said the man called and took accountability for his actions.
Wow.
So here's what I'm going to say. Free Pickle Pete.
Free the man. Wait. Whoa. Why are you trying to free this man? This was an illegal action. He just ruined a whole bin of pickles, Josh.
It's wasting food.
It's wasting food. It's unfair to a small business owner. Shout out to that business owner. No disrespect to you. But there's something here. This kid's got a lot of heart.
I think what's illegal is the store not releasing the video. Because I'm trying to be entertained here. I'm trying to watch this video, but they won't release it.
What about his?
They say it's going to bring more attention to him. He hasn't posted it, I guess, because he's in trouble. Probably wet his pants. They probably scared him straight.
So kid's running scared, huh?
So there's no video right now because everyone's holding it hostage.
There is a great photo of his face, and you know what? Let's throw it up. Let's throw it up for the listeners. If you've seen this man, hide your pickles.
He's coming for him.
He might dunk his head in your jar of pickles.
I want to know what size the bin was. Like, are we talking a few, like 100 pickles here? Like, I wish there was a photo of it.
I don't know, but the photo of him, he looks so casual.
Some classic college kid.
He has a nice Ralph Lauren quarter zip on.
Frat bro.
It doesn't look like the type of situation where he's going to dunk his head in a jar of pickles. He looks very put together, which is surprising. You would think someone dunking their head in a jar of pickles would look a little bit,
It was probably like a dare.
It probably was like a frat thing. Although
they said
this
it
would
could
be
have been like
weird time
it could have
for-
been like a fraternity hazing type of thing. I don't know.
But
like
if it happened
he had to
recently,
do
it's
it.
like a weird time.
Yeah, that's what's odd about it.
So here's what I want to know. He turned himself in.
Yeah.
Did his parents find out and they were like, you need to call to let this blow over? Because here's the thing. We're not going to let it blow over on the Garden State, my dude. We're not going to say your name, but we're showing your face.
Is his name in the article?
No.
Oh.
So I couldn't say his name either.
I was like, you have it.
He's not a minor though, right? He looks like he's like...
No,
he's in college.
So there's no rhyme or reason. What schools are right next to Glassboro?
Rowan.
Is Rowan right there?
Yeah. So they're like, yeah, he could be coming from the college.
Yeah, that would make sense. A little Rowan hazy.
It's unfortunate. He was filming it too, so the cops probably scared him. That's why he turned himself in. They're probably threatening him with some crazy.
Yeah, like if you don't turn yourself in the next 24 hours,
we're coming for you.
Yeah, he definitely got scared. The kids,
listen, boy, if you don't turn yourself in, there's no pickles forever.
The kid's running scared.
Yeah, the sheriff comes on with a cowboy hat
He
on.
got a plan.
We should do a field trip to the pickle store.
Heritages. It looks like a really cool little convenience store.
I'm just curious if it's like one of those things where you just feel drawn to dunk your head in it.
Well, I will say Heritages.
You want to go with me, Jordan? Let's go.
Yeah.
We can go inspect with the bin size. We should bring a tape measure.
Yeah,
be like, sorry guys, we're just investigating here for the Garden State.
Should we call Heritages for statement?
Yeah, call them right now.
Let's call them and see what they say.
Yeah, you have to say we're a news source. Be like,
hey, I'm a local news.
Yes,
I heard about what would you call it? Not a harassment, vandalism, active vandalism. I just want to know: is there? What do I ask before we get? Let's workshop this right now.
So I don't want to be a local news source.
Yeah.
You want to know the size of the bin of pickles that were.
I don't want to laugh because I want to be serious.
Yeah, seriously.
We heard that.
You can remember this is your mute button. So if you're about to laugh, just mute yourself.
Can you back me up on mute?
Okay, gotcha.
Just ask him how many pickles they had to.
Yeah, how many pickles in total?
And what flavor were they?
All right, here we go.
Okay, Jordan, I'm muting us because we might laugh.
Thank you for calling Heritage on Main Street. Zach speaking. How can I help you?
Hey, Zach. My name is Josh. I'm a local reporter. I just wanted to reach out because I heard about what happened with the pickles, and I wanted to just see if you'd be able to give me just a quick comment on what went down with the pickle situation.
Is there another time I could call?
You know what? I could probably figure something out. I don't need an official comment for the record. I was just more curious as I do my research. Is this a big tub of pickles or what happened here?
Kid just came in, dumped his head in the pickles. It was pickle. There was 30 pickles in there.
Wow.
He was filming himself. It was probably like a fraternity stunt.
Oh, that's what I was thinking is because there's a lot of Rowan's not far from you guys, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And did they catch the guy?
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right, that justice, man. Good. We love justice. All right, just wanted to call. I'm working on something. I just want to make sure I had some of the details right. That makes sense.
Okay.
All right, you have a good day.
You too.
Bye.
You should ask him if he was there. What happened?
Dude, I got nervous because he's so nice. I didn't want to bother him. And also, I don't want to get him in trouble.
He's like, he's probably talked about this so many times.
Yeah. 30 pickles.
30, man. I'm glad we got that intel. The articles didn't have that.
Can you put that in the clip? All right. Well, good to know.
Crazy.
All right. Let's move on to the next story here. So controversy broke out this week at a high school basketball game between Manasquan and Camden when the refs overturned a buzzer beater shot.
This was a terrible call.
This is a bad call, man. And this is
they won't overturn. They won't change their minds after it's said and done.
Well, they can't.
They can't. And I think Manasquan is going to try to pursue legal action now.
Well, they were considering it. and it sounds like they may not actually sue.
Ridiculous, dude.
But if you didn't see this video, this is the moment of every high school athlete's dream.
Yes.
It's a semifinal game, so there's consequence. It matters. And this kid gets literally a buzzer beater shot. Which, by the way, why did the buzzer not go?
It's so lame.
Isn't that like mandatory at a high school basketball game?
I have no idea what their system looks like.
But if you haven't seen the video, we'll show it to you. And
There was
for those
like
of you,
0.6 seconds left, right? Or there was like a second left when he shot it.
there was a second left when the ball was in the air, and
the refs were saying no. He shot it after time was done.
For the listeners at home that didn't see this, this is a packed high school gymnasium. Like you're talking,
it's electric.
You're talking probably 600 people packed into a high school gym, if not more. I don't know how many. I don't know how to count. I'm not a good guesser at people.
Very bad.
But that's at least 600 people. And the kid takes the shot. The crowd goes wild and floods the court.
Because it's obvious. It was a buzzer beater, and he made the shot.
Like, kids are jumping through the air. Parents are hugging their sons. Like,
it's the American dream.
It's the moment from the movie.
Yes.
And then about, 60 seconds later,
the refs are gathered.
There's some commotion with the refs, and they overthrow the call. And here's the thing. You can't in post, according to the regulations of the league, after the call is made, when the game is over, calls can only be made on the court. You can't go, oh, well, guess what? Manasquan actually gets the win.
Yeah.
Now,
it's so unfortunate.
this may sound like small potatoes to the listeners at home, but this is like national news right now. It's everywhere.
Bro, because everyone's feeling for Manasquan. It's an absolutely ridiculous call. And I think they said that only one ref thought it was bad, and they ended up going with him. All the other refs were like, yeah, it's a fair shot. We're good. And then that one ref was like, nope.
Yeah, so the referee in the C position in the middle signaled basket's good. They huddled up, and the kids, then 15 kids got screwed over in front of 1,000 people. Wow, 1,000 people.
Yeah.
Wow, it's even more than I thought. So he said, this is the coach, he said that. He said, print it 5 times. Those 3 guys huddled up, and they screwed these kids in front of 1,000 people. And that video will be on the internet for everyone to see.
It's so bad.
So as you can tell, I mean, rightfully so. I'm not making fun, like the quote is funny, but I would be furious. And there's photos of this coach yelling at the ref.
Just because it was so obvious. There was like a second left when he took the shot. What's this ref thinking?
Manasquan led for the entire game until there were 5.8 seconds left in the fourth quarter. The Warriors took a 45-32 lead into the fourth quarter, but the Panthers ratcheted up their defense and pulled to within 45-44 with 2 minutes and 3 seconds left on a layup by 6'8" senior Elijah Curry.
6'8".
Yeah.
These kids are huge.
Savage. So what happens next?
Well, they said Manasquan wants to pursue legal action. What can they actually? What happens there?
I don't know.
Can you actually?
Like, who are you pursuing legal action against?
I think it's the ref, the association of the refs, or whoever runs that.
Yeah, but an article came out in the Post saying Manasquan High School has appeal denied. So they made an appeal. It's denied, and it says they're considering legal action. I saw another article that said they said they weren't going to sue. Maybe I made that up, but they have, I think, every right to pursue some sort of legal action. I mean, the league should have to fix this.
Yeah, like get better refs. Like, what, are these guys blind? Well, it's kind of like the NFL too. It's like everyone hates the refs because the refs. And same with like MLB umpires. Like everyone's just corrupt, and is someone getting paid? Was that ref like? Were a few bucks thrown in that ref's pocket?
Well, so I don't want to claim that the guy's a criminal or something, but there's a lot of pressure in that moment.
Tons.
Buzzer beater shot. 1,000 people are coming across the basketball court.
It's a playoff game. You have to get that call right.
You got to get the call right. And they know as soon as, it should be almost illegal to celebrate like that in that moment because I think that makes it more cloudy. When everybody runs on the court, it's like immediately the refs are like, okay, hold on. What just happened here? The buzzer beater thing happened is a 1 point difference. There's no instant replay. It might have been great if they could have gone, hey, everybody, before we call this, because it's so close and these are teenagers and they're going to care about this for the rest of their lives. Let's look at the stream that we have up to just confirm it's correct before we call it and it's over. Because once it's called, that's another dumb rule.
Can they do like video challenge and replays like that?
No,
though?
they can't. But there's a video stream of this with the shot, with the time, the clock in the bottom right corner. So technically, with something that close, they could have said on a microphone, "Hey, everybody, sit down for a second before we have a celebration. We just want to make sure we call this right." Like,
something.
Why is there
weird
such
happened.
a rush to make a call? Like, slow down. So, like, this is because once it's done, it's done. And that's the other thing is why could they not, like, the rules of the league? I'm sure there's a reason why they're this way, but why could they not in post go, "Hey guys, the refs messed up. Manasquan's gonna be moving on." You know, I know that's crazy.
Well, like you said, like the calls can't be changed off the court. Like it was made in that moment. Now you can't go back.
I know, but clearly the representatives of the league failed.
It's really bad.
Failed badly.
It's so terrible. Dude, it was not even close. Like, it was so obviously a buzzer
But you
beater.
said there's no actual buzzer sound, right?
In the video, let me confirm this. In the video, there wasn't a buzzer, which is
Because
why
that
I
makes
was.
it so hard because it's like you got to be looking at the clock
time, yeah.
and seeing.
Which is what I'm like. A buzzer makes it. Yeah, no buzzer. You can hear the crowd erupt. But that's why I think a buzzer is super great because it's sound. See,
it's
like,
an actual buzzer.
you have to look at the clock. You have to be looking at the clock and the kid taking the shot. Although I don't know, I've never reffed a basketball game, so maybe there's another function here. Maybe the refs have the time and it buzzes. I don't know. I don't know how that works.
I mean, like in soccer, they have like a watch on them where it's going to beep.
Yeah.
But there's also no scoreboard. So if they have a scoreboard, that doesn't make sense that they wouldn't have a buzzer.
And
They
plus,
should be going after that.
it's called a buzzer beater shot.
Yeah, it's like
We need that.
It's not even a.
which
Nice
is-
and loud so everyone to hear.
that poor kid that got that shot, man, dude. That is a moment you remember for the rest of your life. Like
Think about that now. Like
just a little layup went in.
and his team is out now. Like, screw
Yeah, but they
that.
still got to celebrate.
Dude,
You still got to enjoy it for like 60 seconds or whatever.
60 seconds.
I'm not gonna lie, sports are amazing because this kid, he doesn't even celebrate with his team. He makes the layup, he turns and just runs into a crowd behind the hoop, a crowd of like 150 people
It's electric.
just like tackle him. And then he has to
beautiful.
hear. It's a shame. No, it's a shame.
It's
And
really
I
sad.
think that there should be some corrections here. You guys want to read some YouTube comments just for fun?
What's the best one?
Refs should be ashamed. Here's what should happen. The coach from Camden should tell the state they are not going and have them send Manasquan. Might teach his kids something very valuable. That doing the right thing means more than winning by default. Yeah, that's never gonna happen.
The coach right now, I wasn't looking at the time. I believe the refs.
Well, that's why it's a game. At the end of the day, like, there's rules to the game and there's refs to be arbiters of the game. But at the game, you know, if something goes sideways, the game is still the game. It still happened, you
Yeah.
know? That's the reason why calls are made on the court. That's part of the game.
Yeah, bad calls are part of the game. Like,
Yeah,
you just have to take that into account.
But also, I would be devastated. I mean, these poor kids. Like,
Think about that kid. Like, he was like Jordan said, he got to celebrate for 60 seconds, and then now he's home, pissed off because his team didn't make it.
yeah, it's messed up. But let's keep it moving. Dude, was there anything else you wanted to say there? I think we kind of covered
we
it.
covered it.
And the video speaks for itself.
I wish you can get on a call with the ref right now, but that's not possible.
Well, if the ref, put this in the video. If the ref or one of these kids from either team wants to give us a call, you got the
I
number.
think the refs just know they messed up too, especially now watching it.
Well, yeah.
So like, what's he gonna do? Like, he's probably ashamed too.
You ever see the ump that made that call in the bottom of the ninth inning? Pitcher was throwing a perfect game. In the last out of the game,
Oh,
he either walked or he called the guy safe at first base.
was this recent or this is?
This was like probably 2012.
I remember that.
And the ump,
he was clearly out.
He was crying after the game. The ump, he felt so bad. He threw a guy's.
It's not an easy job.
A perfect
You
game
sign
has
up for
only been
that.
achieved by like 6 people in MLB history. And the thing is, when a random pitcher who's not like a Cy Young winner throws a perfect game,
Yeah.
it's never happening again. Like and the ump just ruined this guy's. Like, there's nothing you can do. And even the guy that hit the single was like, "Why did you call me safe?"
He was calling
clearly-
himself out.
He was like, "I'm out." No, I'm out. Like, but they can't once you call it. They've changed it since with MLB stuff.
Crazy.
With the review, but that's why they brought the review, I think. But yeah, it's upsetting.
It's a hard job.
Yeah,
Everyone's against you.
Because nobody cares when you make a good call.
No, never.
It's just like, okay.
You don't get appreciated.
That's what you're
and
supposed
it's just
to
that
do.
one bad call that'll
Yeah,
ruin you
make
forever. Your
one
name will
bad
be all
call.
over
Yeah,
headlines.
it's true. It's true. All right, let's move on to another story here. A New Jersey man has been arrested after illegally trafficking 675 SpaceX Starlink terminals in a van.
It's a lot of money worth of Starlinks.
$400,000 worth.
The biggest in SpaceX history, apparently.
So for people that don't know, Elon Musk made this Starlink, which it gives you internet anywhere in the world. You can go off grid, like sub-Saharan Africa, and have high-speed internet. But it does it by beaming internet data via radio signals through the vacuum of space. So that uses satellites. And this guy in New Jersey had 675 of them in a van.
What's the cost per? Because if you had 675 worth of $400,000, it's pretty expensive, right? If I want to buy one,
it is.
What is that, like
$1,300?
Oh.
So, yeah. You also have to pay a monthly fee to get the internet. It's not just like it's free.
I bet it adds up.
But he was using stolen credit cards, and police kind of got tipped off. There's this guy that bought 675 Starlinks on stolen credit cards. The man, he's a 35-year-old named Kelvin Rodriguez Moya. He was stopped by police on December 4th while driving 223 Starlink terminals in a pickup truck and trailer after leaving a residence in Lawrence Township, New Jersey, a criminal complaint said. The terminals had been had shipping labels addressed to multiple different names at the same address. Lawrence Township police had been tipped off about a suspiciously large number of Starlink terminals being shipped to that home, the complaint said. Detectives then witnessed Rodriguez Moya loading a FedEx shipment of terminals onto a truck and trailer. The total value of the 675 fraudulently purchased Starlink terminals that police subsequently learned had been shipped to the Lawrence Township address is about $400,000. So, yeah, there's not much more to this other than this guy trafficking Starlinks.
It's a lot of Starlinks, dude. He made history.
Yeah, and now he's going to make license plates. He's going to jail. Where's that soundbite? Well, we'll see. Maybe it's funny how anytime new technology comes out, there's somebody that knows how to hack it, or like they find a. Like when the Fire Stick came out. Remember when Fire Sticks came out?
It's a big deal.
Everybody had a guy jailbreaking Fire Sticks and doing some shady stuff with them.
You guys want free movies and TV shows? I know a guy.
Like, you have to think with a Starlink, there's got to be a way to get free internet forever. Like, there's going to be people that figure out a way to hack
for
this.
like free?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, probably.
They're just going to figure out the system because the technology is there, right?
Well, what do you think the guy was trying to do with all those? Just trying to make a quick buck? Just he was going to sell them for a little
Seems
cheaper?
like a random thing to like.
It's
selling. It's like,
just peddle on the streets.
Is there a
Like,
black
you want
market?
you want a Starlink? There has to be a black market for it.
I'm sure there's a but that's what I'm saying. Like, is he jailbreaking these? Like, is there a way to jailbreak a Starlink? Maybe. I mean, Starlink terminals provide customers high-speed internet access through SpaceX's Starlink satellite constellation. The terminals have been sought after by military, government, and non-government organizations around the world. So you can get this as an individual. Maybe he was funneling them to, another government. Who knows? Maybe he was going to start selling them black
than what we
market.
think.
Maybe, or maybe he was trying to bring free internet to Newark. I don't know.
Oh, because he's from Newark, right?
He got arrested in Newark. He
was holding them in Lawrence.
taking them to Newark.
Yeah, and taking them to Newark.
Yeah.
Wow.
I wonder if it's like one of those things like, with like burner phones where they're like untraceable.
Maybe.
Is it something like that where
I don't know how this
it's
works.
like criminals use it because it can't be traced or something?
Think about how good Elon is at making businesses where he could just shoot satellites up, and then he's just an internet provider. Like, it's so crazy that he could just casually do that.
Yeah.
But a burner would make sense that it's like a burner because he just threw satellites in the air. Like, I don't know how you even track that.
I have no idea how it works.
amazing.
Can Starlink know when a device is? I mean, obviously they have their software, front end software, to monitor who's signing up to be able to get through the gate and use it. Mm-hmm. But if this was like, if you hack the system, is there a way where you could be using satellites unbeknownst to Elon Musk. Who knows? Who knows? I don't know.
Not me.
It's pretty cool.
All right. Well, let's keep it moving here. We have a few more stories. I think he's going to get his justice, and I'd like to hear Elon's thoughts on that, though. This next story is pretty sad. A 17-year-old driver was killed this past week when he touched a down power line after crashing his car.
So the kid escapes death pretty much by, with this accident. He had a car accident, doesn't die, walks out of his car into a live cable, and that's what kills him.
Yeah.
That's the saddest part of this entire story.
It's like a PSA for people. If you ever get in a car accident and power lines go down, you have to be so careful.
Do not go next to a power line. You don't know what that thing is.
Well, he may not even have known that it was where it was. Maybe it was touching a part of his. I don't know how this even works. Like maybe it was on the ground and he touched it. But it says the Millville teenager was driving a Ford northbound on East Point Road when he lost control and struck a utility pole, overturning, McNair said. His name was not released because of his age. The pole and electrical wires were toppled by impact. The teen driver and passenger exited the vehicle with minor injuries, McNair said. After the 17-year-old boy left the Ford, however, he walked into a low-hanging live wire and was electrocuted. He was taken to a nearby hospital where he died of his injuries, McNair said. So that's it. That's literally the whole story.
Did it say his car toppled or the electrical pole toppled?
Pole. It's not like the pole.
Oh, the pole toppled.
Yeah.
Okay, so he hits a pole. The pole falls. He's just trying to get out of his car. Normal,
Yeah.
And I guess the cable's right there and touched it by accident. And that just electrocutes him to death.
Yeah. But this happens a lot where lines go down. People hit a pole, and my sister got hit a pole one time and the lines went down, and they were freaked. The cops were freaked out. They had to call whoever does the power.
That's why you never know, because a lot of the time, if you hit a pole, it could just be like a TV cable or a telephone line where there's no power. So people are like, oh, it's no big deal. But then that same looking cable could hold enough power to just kill you.
It is.
You just don't know the difference between what the cables look like.
Okay, so you know how you guys are making fun of me before for having a futuristic view of the world.
Yes.
I know there's a lot of places that have underground power lines.
Yes, sir.
I feel like that's got to be the future.
But how far down in the future?
Far, but if you think about telephone poles, it is kind of crazy that they exist, don't you think?
Well, yeah. You got to think every new development that's built now is all underground.
Is it really?
Yeah, even for the past probably 20 years. You think, go to new developments, you don't see power lines.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you look at main roads, near us, all the main county roads, they're putting up even taller electrical poles now,
like
brand
in Westfield
new ones
and stuff.
Yeah, all throughout Central Ave right now, they just did tons of new ones, and you got to think those are going to last for another 20 years.
Are they big?
They're
bigger?
Oh, they're double.
significantly
They're double
taller,
the height.
yeah.
They're double the height of the old ones.
Do they look better?
Yeah.
It's a little cleaner,
my
but it's
opinion, yeah.
taller.
Huh.
So you got to think those are going to be there for another 20 years at least.
Probably longer, yeah.
So on main roads, you're going to have, or probably throughout our lifetime, we'll still see them all over the place. But any new development, mostly underground. It's so expensive to go underground.
It's one of those things that just seems kind of old school.
We're so used to seeing it, but if you stop, sometimes I'm at a red light and I look at an electrical pole with all the cable. I'm like, this is a mess. It's crazy how we're just so used to it. But with all the cables,
I was thinking about that the other day.
mess.
Where I'm like, who organizes all that? I mean,
Yeah.
obviously it's PSE&G or whatever, but that's crazy to think about that you have to have lines running to every single building.
Phone lines, power lines,
That's crazy.
cable lines. There's so much on there, bro.
I don't think we could ever do underground lines here, just because everything's so old.
Yeah.
Imagine
It would
how much
take a lot of time.
Imagine how much they would have to dig up
That's the thing. It's going to cost a lot of money.
to dig it up and then run it to every single house underground. That would be
Well, that's what I was saying. Just
impossible.
new developments happen
Yeah, all
because
the new
they're
stuff,
fresh. But with old ones, man, you got to do so much to make it happen, and it's not going to happen.
And I think that just also creates other problems when it's underground because if something goes wrong, you have to dig up the ground.
That's true too. It's how do they
Whereas,
maintain that?
I think it's easier to maintain on the telephone poles, but the telephone poles also could be taken out by a car or
Weather.
a tree. Yeah.
that's the risk. I wonder, when the underground ones, how often they have to maintain those, or how often a line goes down and they have to dig, because I feel like no one's digging.
Well, think about what happens to power lines regularly. Lines go down from storms. people hit lines like Jordan said. But then the only other thing is sometimes transformers blow.
Yeah.
But if it's underground, it's protected from the first two.
Yeah.
Like a storm's not going to take your power out. But if a transformer blows, I'd imagine it's annoying. I don't know what their system is, but I'd imagine it's a lot more annoying.
I guarantee there's like they open their iPad up and there's like if the line goes down, it tells you exactly where that line went down.
Yeah, it's probably a system, right?
It's probably like all drawn up on a grid.
Yeah.
There has to be some great technology. Look where Chris used to live in Hillsborough.
Yeah.
His development, there's no power lines.
Yeah.
Yeah, all underground.
You ever see a transformer blow?
Oh,
No.
I've been woken up in the middle of the night and just see. You think it's lightning out? It's that bright.
The sky goes blue.
It's wild. It's kind of terrifying. When that happened to me, I was a kid. I was like 10 years old. I woke up in the middle of the night to see just flashing because I heard it blow in town, and it terrified me. I thought like it was the end of the world or something.
Yeah, it does. It's kind of like apocalyptic looking.
Yeah.
When I saw one time. It was like the sky just popped blue. I'm trying to find a video of it because it's kind of crazy to see, but I don't know. It's sad nonetheless that a kid has to lose his life. It's a good PSA to all the people out there driving. You hit a telephone pole.
I guess stay in your car.
Stay in your car.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you're supposed to just stay in your car, like wait for the fire department and they'll assess it. Because if there's lines on your car, I think just...
It's like if you're not in traffic or not like at risk of being hit by another car, stay in your car.
Yeah.
And just let the professionals take care of it because you don't know what you're about to walk
even
into.
I think they have to wait for like the power company to shut it off too, even if the police got there, the fire department.
Poor kid, man. He's like, he survived by hitting a pole. He's like, sweet, I'm alive. And then you walk into a power line, you don't know.
And his friend that was with him, which makes it even more sad.
So his friend had to witness it.
Yeah, there's two people.
Dang.
It's very sad.
Scarring, terrible, terrible situation.
All right, well, let's keep it moving here. Last story of the day. A New Jersey teacher has been charged after breaking up a fight with two students and punching a student in the face.
Old school. Trying to break up a fight. This dude ends up punching a girl in the face.
Here's what I'm going to say.
I don't know the details. It just sounds like he was trying to break up a fight.
We want to know why people don't want to teach anymore. The nonstop fighting in schools. And then this guy comes in to break up a fight, and he gets charged after he punches a girl. And he gets something in the crossfire, right? He throws a punch to try to break things up. I don't know the details. I don't have the video. I only know what's in the article. But I would say the endless fighting in schools, crazy.
The guy's 68. He's like, I've had enough.
You going to jail.
You going to jail. Bop.
A teacher has been accused of punching a girl in the head while trying to break up a fight at Bayonne High School. Joseph Mingoya of Bayonne was arrested on Friday and charged with second-degree endangering the welfare of a child and simple assault, a disorderly persons offense. The 68-year-old math teacher has been on administrative leave since the incident at school on January 22nd, according to Hudson County Prosecutor Esther Suarez. Investigators found that two students had been involved in a fight on school property. As multiple staff members tried to stop the fight, Mingoya punched a female juvenile in the head. After his arrest, Mingoya was released pending his first court appearance, which was scheduled for March 22nd. So what do you think about this, guys?
The fact that he was arrested, man, he probably knocked this girl out. And it's an unfortunate event because it's like, he punched this juvenile, but was he just trying to break up the fight and it was just like by accident?
Or did he like join in?
Did he? Yeah, like maybe I've had enough.
But did like one of them hit him first and then he got like angry and then like struck back, or was like...
Which sucks because it's like you're also on school property. It's like you can't.
Yeah.
I'm going to say it.
Say it.
Say it.
We've gotten too soft.
Yeah, I want to say I agree. I want to think the guy was defending himself for trying to break up the fight.
Listen, no adult should ever hit a kid, but if two kids are fighting like savages and a teacher steps in to try to break it up and maybe just through the aggression of trying to break up a fight, a student punches him in the face and he punches them back to kind of settle things, which I don't know what happened here. If that's what happened.
Yeah, free the guy. Let the guy go.
At what point do we become adults again and go like, kids are crazy, man. They're like, I was talking to a kid the other day and I said, do you have a lot of fights in your school? And they're like, there were 4 fights this week.
Yeah.
Like, it's nonstop. Parents don't parent their kids. So then a teacher's got to step in and break up a fight. You know what? Here's the thing. If your kid can't control himself, and in some fights, both kids are bad. In some fights, there's a bully and some kid's a victim. So maybe that was the situation. Maybe he punched a victim here. I don't know. But kids need to be under control, and parents need to parent. They need to get their kids under control. But parents don't parent, so their kids are savages. They go into school and get into fist fights nonstop. These are two girls fighting, too. By the way, when I was in high school, guys got in fights. It was very, very rare that two females got into a fist fight. Bro, come on. Were there any female fist fights in your school?
Very few.
Like, dudes are idiots.
It was the opposite at my school, actually.
All girls?
I feel like every fight was girls.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah. Like, it was rare to see guys fight, but it was like always girls.
Maybe it
You
was
just
a
see
thing.
like hair laying on the ground.
Oh,
No adult should ever lay their hand on a kid. We are for the kids in the Garden State. We'll say that every single time. You hit my kid, bad things will happen to all of us, right? But I just think that the schools in our state are getting so out of control, and I'll always flag that siren. Things are getting out of control. We need some structure. We need the homes to be strong. We need parents to parent. And if this guy was really in the wrong, hopefully he goes to jail. But if he was trying to do the right thing,
yeah, I want to know.
Hopefully a judge has some grace on this dude that's
I hope they
68
have good
years old.
video, like good video footage to like
Sure, there's
really,
gotta be.
charge him correctly.
Everybody pulls out their phones.
Phones, and also, there's security cameras in the school, so there's got to be something that they're investigating. There has to be a video they see.
I'm trying to see if there is a video. There's a video from.
I didn't see any from this one.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see what happens here. But that's the last story of the day. Jordan, any closing thoughts? A closing monologue from Tucker Carlson over there?
Tucker Carlson. I think you should do another one.
I'm going to work on one. For if Tucker Carlson did a New Jersey monologue. And I'll write it about the wind turbines.
Yes. We just need like a TikTok clip of just that. And just see if
pretend to be him.
anyone comments, be like, is this guy like Tucker trying to be Tucker?
I'll wear a bow tie. All right. Well, hey, thank you everybody for listening to the Garden State Podcast. We'll be back next Friday with all the news you need to hear and all the banter.
All of it.
About New Jersey and Jersey stuff.
All the good stuff.
You want to call our mailbag? The number's 908-67-99-99-3. We love you guys. Don't go. Stick your head in a jar of pickles. Have an amazing week.
Later.
See ya.
Bye.
You're listening to the Garden State. The Dirty Jers.